Hey guys, Odds here. Welcome back to the channel for another game of Mechabellum. I don't know about you guys, but I have been having a lot of fun with the Assault Raiden. Last week, Odyssey showed us an example of a case where he used the Assault Raiden effectively, and now I have been making an effort to try to pick the Assault Raiden in my games, and to try to use it in a way probably pretty similar to that, right? We use it as a tank. That's the intended role, right? Increase the health by 200%, but reduce the range. If you get it early enough, it's very difficult to deal with. So packs like Aerial Spec or Cost Control or Giant Spec have a high chance of like, man, if I see Assault Raiden and I'm one of those three specialists, and the Assault Raiden is offered on round 2, which for some reason I really only ever see it on round 2. I don't know if it's broken or something, but I think I've chosen Assault Raiden probably 4 or 5 times in the last I don't know, 5 days or so while I've had these specialists. And it's worked out for me beautifully every time. So I've got a game here. We're up against Lucretius. And we're going to have an example of that Assault Raid in this game as well. We do see I have chosen the Arc Saber pack. It's quite a strong pack for me. I immediately sell out of my cannon, my Chungus. And then we go straight in. We put the crawlers in front to tank the cannon. And we have this nice formation with the other crawlers over here. So we're going to get through here. Hopefully some crawlers do look like they're getting targeted to my tower, fortunately. We're going to skip ahead a bit. Some of my video lengths have been too long, so I know you guys don't mind too much if we skip through the first round. Not too much interesting happening other than we see that our immediate aggro was thwarted, which is a little concerning. And here we go, round 2 Assault Raiden. I pick it very quickly. We sell this other Chungus and we build our Assault Raiden, and that leaves us with 100 bucks still to do another deploy. So we don't even waste a deployment. Positioning of this Assault Raiden is right up front. It might be a little bit, no, it's right on the line. Wait, is it one back? I thought it was one back, but it looks like it's on the line. Anyways, regardless, it's way up front, and you know, look how much health it has. 52,000. The marksman should not theoretically be able to kill this thing as long as our chaff is okay. So marksman is still actually locking onto our crawlers. And then once all our crawlers are dead, it's going to lock onto the Raiden, which is going to keep our sabers and arclights alive. Unfortunately, the Rhino does get that tower, so we are losing health on the Raiden. Do get a few good shots here, but I feel like without this Rhino, we would be smooth sailing. So I'm not too concerned about this round. We hedged our bets here. It was all we could do with the cards that were offered and the money that we had. Laser sight, that's going to help us increase our range a little bit. So we do pick that up, and now we throw a crawler down on the side. We want to try to aggro whatever units are back here to give us an easier time pushing through. Meanwhile, we add another row of crawlers. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of crawlers, right? As soon as this one dies, the next one comes. As soon as this one dies, the next one. As soon as that one dies, the next one. And then finally, our Raiden will be locked onto. So even though our Raiden is tanking, it's also protected a bit by our stream of crawlers. And another crawler over here. We just gone crazy on the crawlers, and we level up our tower over here. Just to slow down the debuff, if we are going to be getting debuffed. And we do have this one safety arc light on the back here, which will prevent this from round 1, which ran in and got our tower. So it stops that. Stops anything from the side here as well. Opponent has gone for the laser sight as well. Probably going to see that on one of these marksmen, maybe, I would assume. Oh, and the steel ball. Interesting. This is a cool play, actually. Coming for this tower, level 2. It's very undefended. And yeah, here we go. Round start. We do have that missile coming down. I don't know what is going on. Why does this have 28 extra HP and not die to the missile? I don't understand that. Where did it come from? There's no upgrades here. Yeah, Raiden is doing Raiden stuff. Our pull was pretty successful. We do get the tower, but we are losing our tower as well. However, we did kill the one marksman that was locked onto the Raiden. The other marksman is swarmed. This one also swarmed, so it looks like we're going to win this round simply because the opponent is not going to be able to clear the Raiden. There's too much HP, not enough anti-air damage. So even though this was a cool play with the steel ball, it doesn't end up working out. We got levels here. Not quite. Nope. Yeah, we do. So now we take our first round on round 3. We get some damage on the board. All right. Fire Badger level 3 offered. Pairs very well with the sabers. We want to clear all the chaff so that we can get locks for our high damage units. The saber and, you know, also the Raiden too. So because of this Raiden, our opponent is amp spec, and they're forced to pay $200 to unlock the melting point. They throw the laser sight onto it. They can't afford range this turn, but they get a bubble. We do see this Fire Badger on the flank here, quite annoying. We do go for one as well for ourselves. Get some extra fangs here just to slow down that steel ball pack. And we see lots and lots of chaff being thrown in front, but like this missile, it's going to do quite a bit of damage here. But this pull is quite strong. We're going to lose. This one's going to turn, of course. This is wrong. Yeah, there it goes. It turns. So we do lose 2 rows of chaff to this Fire Badger. Question is, can we push in time? We don't have speed or anything like that. We are successfully distracting this stuff very well. Raiden doing a lot of damage to these sledges as well. And now we're pushing into the tower. We get the tower just as the melter gets a lock, which reduces the damage quite significantly, and we get it before it kills the Raiden. We even get a level on the Raiden. So awesome. That worked out perfectly. We had great timing. The Fire Badger was too slow to kill our tower, and ours was successfully distracting them for a long, long time. So, some more damage on the board. The other cool thing about the Raiden here is it does a lot of damage at the end of the round, right? If it lives. So it puts extra pressure on the opponent. It reduces the time that they have in order to deal with it, because every round that it stays alive, another 350 damage starts to add up very quickly. Smoke offered. We both go for smoke. I mean, this is a pretty nasty smoke, but I don't think it's that important. We've got range on our arcs, and we're trying to push through anyway, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Opponent immediately goes for the Rhino with armor. Wants to shut down this Fire Badger as quickly as possible. We actually go for the Wasp play instead. The Wasp being at a good air chaff also helps when it does eventually deal with this flank to come and, you know, tank the melter, basically. Wasps are very good for making sure that the melter cannot find a good lock here on the Raiden. And actually, like, this laser sight, I think has been pretty pivotal in keeping the Raiden just far enough away as well. We still don't see range on the melter either. Range on the Fire Badger. Yeah, we go for a missile. We're going to do some extra damage there. We're going to... Basically, the missile does some damage and slows it down so that our little waspy here can finish the job. Oh, but it gets sold for another rhino. Where's that going? Wait, was that the same? Oh, okay. Same rhino. He undid and then removed. There's no armor here. Not needed. A good bubble does prevent the majority of that smoke. But with all the extra damage from our level 2 sabers and the Raiden here, we're able to push or destroy that bubble. And now you see the wasps are coming in, and even if the melter could try to find a lock, it wouldn't be able to get the Raiden. Perfect timing on those wasps. Sabers do a lot of damage to melters as well. We may even consider getting double shot soon. All we gotta do is get rid of this one marksman, and we're gonna be fine. Yeah, no problem. We still have that upgrade available, but in my mind it's like, well, if I have extra money, maybe we could do it, but it's gonna die to the melter, and the level doesn't make a difference. Like, it's still gonna die, so we don't ever end up going for this level here. The Rhino Assault is back off cooldown, so I have to be careful of that. Level 3 on that Rhino. Yeah, we gave too much experience to it with these fire badgers, so we got to get rid of those. They don't work there anymore. Got to sell out of them. Maybe we can... oh, okay. Yeah. Looking at the board, our only chaff clear here are these 3 arc lights, which is not enough when we're looking at all this stuff. So we say, all right, we're going to just eliminate chaff extremely quickly here. We put the fire badgers behind the sabers. So you can see here we have like 130 meter range and the sabers have 110. So they're going to stay behind safely and just clear the way. The rhino drop comes down here. I'm thinking about making a 4th. This might be overkill. How did we get... Oh, we got 4 because we got the additional deploy slot. No. We know... Yeah, there we go. We see the rhinos off cooldown, so we throw down a steel ball here. This will help protect both these sides, and I don't think it's likely to go down here because we already have the wasp, so it seems like a good positioning for that. And we do put missiles down just in case some shenanigans happens. So that's dealt with, no problem. And now look at our fire badgers just going ham. We do have to get a little bit close because of the smoke, but you know what? That kind of helps our Raiden stay alive anyway, weirdly enough. Nice that Rhino dies. It's kind of scary at level 3. Getting on the tower, but there is a missile there to protect it. Raiden finally locks on, or sorry, the melter finally locks onto that Raiden. And it looks like... Well, it looks pretty bad for us, but with that tower, we might be okay. Can we get this tower too? We do get locks on the steel ball, and that's going to be it for the round. Do manage to find a victory there somehow. Now the smoke's gone. This should be pretty good for us. And we get a unit drop. All right, so what we can do here. Wraith seems like no, because they've already got the melters. Typhoon... Probably don't need because we have all those badgers. Phantom Rake is a possibility. Or Void Eye. We could go for the Void Eye. I felt like I needed a bit more damage here. Because we were struggling a bit to clear the fire badgers and stuff. And if the melter takes a level 2, like our only DPS here is the sabers. But what we're going to do with this deploy instead is we're going to start to put some aggression on the other tower. There's a big opening here. So when a player is over defending one side and you're playing aggro, start to put pressure on the other. Force deployments in different areas. You can see our opponent is identifying that this could be a problem, but because we have this unit drop, We have the Void Eyes, which do quite a lot of damage, and we have these Fire Badgers, and then again, we can throw out another Raiden here, because the only anti-air is this Marksman. So there's no possible way that I can kill this in time, and we're going to be able to get through. Unless a Melter comes down here, right? But, oh, actually, we do see the Melter. But luckily for us, that Melter is put on the left side here, and we do have a flank coming down to try to pull anything that gets deployed there. We get a bubble, and then we protect our flanks with missiles just in case. We get our own missile here. Melter turns around, but because this Raiden is just a little bit back from that, just one tile back, and is a tiny bit slower, 3 meters per second slower, it does lock onto the crawler instead, and the assault mode Raiden stays alive. And because of that, on the right side, we're looking really good as well. Our wasps are here in the front, tanking that level 2 Melter. And even though we have Scorching, our opponent has Scorching Charge and we do not, with that extra damage due to that tower, we are able to finish off those extra dudes and close out the game. So, pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Raiden, honestly, like, this just forced us into a very prosperous economy against our opponent. We really shattered our opponent's economy, forcing them to take the Melter is the only response here. And then we just sort of, build more chaff and kind of overwhelm them anyway. So we did have to spend a lot on missiles because we were light on the chaff clear for a while. But when you're playing aggro, I feel like that's completely acceptable because you want to get in and do as much damage as you can as quickly as possible. Yeah, so have you guys been playing Assault Raiden? It's kind of fun. Like, give it a try. Like I said, if you get the aerial spec or giant spec or even cost control, go for it. It can be fun. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe, follow, all those things. Appreciate you, and I'll see you guys next time.